Hi, everyone. Welcome to our meditation and mindfulness session today. My name is Skyla Ramirez. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started. We've been working with some active tapping, EFT, emotional freedom technique. So let's first begin on a scale of, let's say, 0 to 5, gauging what we're feeling right now as far as tension goes in our bodies. So it is nice to practice this when you are not tensed. So you can practice this and maybe you're at a 0, you're feeling completely relaxed. And then being at a 5 with tension would be like you're about to lose it. You either want to run away and join the circus, or you want to go crawl in bed and pull the covers over your head. So it could be fight, flight, or freeze is kicking in when you're at a 5. So you can use this tapping tool to help you to manage your stress, to bring you to a nice, neutral, peaceful place. But you can also practice this when you're not stressed out to help build resilience in your nervous system so that we're not perceiving life's stressors with as much of an extreme or severity. So notice where you are in your body. If you had to gauge how your body is feeling from 0 to 5, because it is possible to feel no stress in the mind, but to notice that your body is tense. Maybe notice 0, is your body completely at ease, or is it moving towards a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Chances are, if you're at a 5, you wouldn't be here right now. But go ahead and gauge it in your body, and then gauge it in your mind. So where are you mentally, emotionally? Are you feeling scattered? Are you feeling shut down? Are you easily distracted? Emotionally, have you been short-tempered or impatient, maybe snappy or aggressive? Just sort of overall, maybe come out with an average of where you are in terms of stress. We just want to do this before we get started. That way we have some sort of a qualitative metric to notice if this is helping us. This might be a tool that is helpful now. It might be a tool that's helpful later. Now, from that place where we gauge how we're feeling, I would say I'm at about a 2 today. I have a lot going on behind the scenes, getting ready for family and holidays. So I'm probably at about a 2. So gauge yourself as well. And once we come to that place of awareness, the practice has already begun. The art of observation, just facing where we are physically, psychologically, emotionally. We are already meditating through that art of observation and self-awareness. Now let's take it to the breath. Just breathing first. Maybe one hand on your belly and the other hand up on the center of the chest. Lower the chin. Lowering the head is the quickest way to possibly just bring a little bit more quiet time to your mind space. Breathe in through the nose and try and exhale with a sigh. Maybe let the shoulders come up when you inhale, and then drop it all down, let it go. One more big breath in, pull the shoulders up, and then let it go with a sigh. Let's just focus on the breath for a few moments. Breathing down into the belly. Let's allow the breath to build up into the chest, lifting your heart. Then exhale, relax your shoulders and heart. Relax your stomach and your low back. Breathing into the belly, building the breath up into your heart. Exhale, let that breath just slip away. Easy does it. No effort on the exhale. There's a little effort on the inhale. Pull the breath in. Bring it up. Fully fill the lungs. Pause, and then just let it all go. One more. Let's relax both our hands down, palms facing up wherever we are, and just tune into any tension in the face first before we begin any tapping or any manipulation of these specific acupressure marma points. We want to just check in and attempt to relieve tension in some key places through our own sheer will, just through mindfulness. So maybe close the eyes and notice any tension in the eyebrows. And it could be in the brow bones themselves, it could be the center of the brows, it could be the middle of the forehead region as well. Just mindfully noticing what happens if we inhale, maybe breathe up into the eyes, and then breathe out from your temples, relieving tension from around the eye space. Softening the energies that are between the mind and the eyes. So there are muscles in the eyes that go all the way back into the mind space and even into your neck. So closing the eyes and maybe letting your eyes actually drop forward, supported by the eyelids. So feeling the weight of your eyeballs falling forward, releasing tension behind the eyes. Soften any tension through the bridge of your nose, going to the cheekbones, and soften the energies that are deep in the inner ears. There's even muscles in the inner ear area with nerves going to the brain, so soften there. Relax the pockets of your cheeks, and if you notice that this is challenging, maybe there's tension in your jaw or tension in your neck and throat, then just relax your lower lip and then touch your tongue to your gum line behind your two front teeth. There is a little acupressure point there, and it could be like magic, like pressing a hard reset button to soften your nervous system. So we have the head relaxed, eyebrows, temples, inner ears, the nose, the pockets of the cheeks, the bottom lip, the tongue. Continuing to sit tall, continue to build the breath in the body. Working on the life force, working with the breath, the foundation for all things that will come into being on this plane of consciousness, all living things coming into this field of consciousness because of breath, because of oxygen. Big inhale. Not only affecting the body, but the mind, clarity in our thinking, logic, perception, all of this relative to managing stress. So maybe checking in again, where are we on a scale of 0 to 5, 0, completely relaxed, not a care in the world. 3, pretty activated. 5, you're ready to run away. So just making note and then moving into our sequence. Let's start slow. Starting with our peace fingers, raising one hand and just beginning to tap gently in the very center of the forehead, maybe even keeping the chin down. Focusing on the pressure, the sensations, the effort that even goes into this. And maybe just tapping a little softer so that there's less effort, less energy expended into the practice. Let's bring both hands up, take them to your temples. Let's bring both hands below the pupils to the cheekbones. And now one hand to the cleft between the nose and the top lip. To the center of our chin. Let's take a full hand pat right here on top of the collarbone region, on the sternum, into the thymus. Let's use both hands just outside the bone. There's still bone here, but there's a soft spot, so just very gently tapping here. Take it out to the side, just into a gentle soft spot, moving into the armpit region. There's also muscles behind this muscle that can actually affect your shoulders. From here, we're moving under the armpits, so we can do both at once. You can even try to take it across if that feels better. From here, we're taking it into a karate chop. Other hand. And now gently pat the head, right on top. It's a big bundle of nerves there. All right, let's take a pause. Both hands down, palms up, sitting tall. Just a nice big breath in. Let it go. Maybe let the shoulders come up. Big breath. Exhale with a sigh. One more. So sometimes as we gauge, again, on a scale of 0 to 5, sometimes we don't feel better. Sometimes this technique can unblock different energy channels, or it can loosen up where there might be like an energetic congestion in the body. And sometimes it can feel worse before it feels better. So just noticing without judgment. Could be no change, could be some sort of change. Just pausing for the art of observation, the art of awareness. And then moving into the sequence again. So using our peace fingers into the middle of the head. Taking it out to the side temples. Under the eyes. The cleft. Chin. Pat on the sternum. Soft spot. Out a little more. Under the arms. Karate chop. Other hand. And then top of the head, gentle pat. Now, notice if you're prone to using your dominant hand with this. Let's try it this next time through switching hands. Whenever we're using one hand, we're going to switch. So I'm right-handed. I'm switching to my left hand, starting with tapping the center. So now this requires a little more energy from a different hemisphere of the brain. Temples. Under eye. Cleft, again, using your hand that is not dominant. Center chin. Pat at the heart center. Both hands to our soft spot. Take it out. All right, before we do karate chop, notice if you have a dominant pattern of movement and do the opposite. Karate chop. Other hand. Under arms. And again, using your other hand, pat the head. All right, let's try it one more time through using the hand that is not dominant. Tapping the middle of the head or the brow bone region. Out to the temples. Under eyes. Cleft. Chin. Center, sternum tap. Both hands, soft spot. out from the soft spot. Good. Underarms. Okay, while we're here thinking about the karate chop, notice what is our pattern of movement, what is our routine, and use the opposite hand. So chop, chopping with the other hand, using the non-dominant hand, patting the top of our head. Now, one more time through and use whatever your dominant hand was before. Center brow, temples, under eye, cleft, chin, sternum, soft spot. Out a little farther, underarms, karate chop, other hand, top of the head. And now relax. All right, just sit nice and tall over the chin. Deep inhales, exaggerated exhales. Just noticing on a scale again of 0 to 5, and we can dissect it. So where is the body? If we noticed active tension or active discomfort, maybe even pain has been in our bodies, noticing if that number has come down at all. And now aware of the workings of the mind, just the busyness in the mind, not necessarily emotional state, but just the mind stuff. Is there less chatter? Is there more chatter? So sometimes there's nothing in there. We need to use this technique to stimulate neural activity. So noticing, is there more or less chatter? Are we liking this more or less? And now emotions, emotionally, where are we? Do we sense ourselves to be in a more balanced, peaceful place, a place where there's a little more order or a little less chaos? And that chaos can come from thoughts or from emotions. They are both intimately connected. So noticing, are we able to create more order, more peace for ourselves? And then maybe give yourself an average and just notice, does this affect change of any kind for you at all? In closing today, let's wrap up our session with some more acupressure, but this time to clear out some sinus drainage in the face and just to kind of balance out the neural activity on left and right. So we're using both hands. We're taking our pinky fingers to the outside center of the chin. Ring fingers are going to come in by the smile lines. Middle fingers curl in on the bone under our pupils. And then our index fingers come up above the eyebrow. And we can keep our thumbs just sort of resting on the side of the face by the ear, or you can use them to push into your ears. So the little flap of skin can actually press in. Once we do that with both ears, it might create almost like a hollowed effect, almost like putting a seashell up to the ear. Let's take in a few deep breaths, pushing into those acupressure points, pulling away. When you're ready, release any tension in the face, wiggle the fingers, keep the hands a little higher than your heart, high as the shoulders to be safe. And we're just gonna make a fist and release. So if we have possibly unblocked any fluids in the body, perhaps even with working on our neural tone, we've sent messages to different organs and different parts of the body to move different types of blood and lymphatic drainage and mucus and all types of stuff in there that can get moving with that. So just kind of making sure that we create this pump effect to assist in the removal of those toxins. A little faster, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's take it a nice big inhale. Sweep the arms up if you like. Reach it to the sky, look up, stretch the throat just a little bit. And now exhale, let it go. One more, big breath in. Reach it up, look up, big breath in, smile. Animate the face and relax. From here, we can close together, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please remember to join me on Wednesdays at noon as we have our active yoga class. It's also in person, and also Thursday, another meditation and tapping session. Have a fantastic day. Namaste.